If you are ready to learn exactly how to destroy every single seller objection, watch me give offers, actually showing my live offer presentation to motivated sellers, virtual wholesaling sellers, whatever type of seller possible. If you are ready to watch the full process of me actually giving offers to motivated sellers, give me any objection you want, anything you want. I'm going to show you what a live offer presentation should look like, really with the inside of wholesaling real estate. And we are going to show you, and I'm going to bring up every single objection you could even possibly get from a motivated seller and exactly how you can overcome it for wholesaling success. Guys, when you know how to talk to a motivated seller, when you know actually how to have a conversation and not lose out on the deal, to destroy your competition so you can sound as confident, as assertive, as good as possible. That is what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do today, guys. This is a live stream, as you can tell. And what we're going to do is watch me live, no editing, no gimmicky cuts or anything. We are just going to go over how to offer motivated sellers super low ball offers so you can make a ton on your wholesaling deal. How to deal with what my favorite thing to talk about is difficult sellers, sellers that are extremely tough to talk to, and how to overcome this so you can have wholesaling success. Guys, if you're excited, ready to go today to break this all down, guys, let's get it going. Let's get straight into it. No fluff, nothing like that. We're going to break it all down and get it going. But before we do it, you already know we got to go here, cue the intro, get it going, and let's start making some offers to motivated sellers. Let's get it.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Oh, yeah, we're ready to go, guys. We're excited to break this all down and break it all down. So I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. And so if you're excited, if you're ready for this, we're going to break this all down. We're really going to break down for everybody right now. If you are ready to talk to sellers, actually give legit offers that work so you can have wholesaling success, this is the stream for it. This is where we're breaking it all down. So let's get it going. Let's talk about this and let's just get straight into this. In wholesaling real estate, you're going to have a lot of objections. You're going to have a lot of people say questions. And if you do not know how to answer these questions, you are a fish out of water. You are screwed. You're done. You really don't have much of an option here. And so what we're doing today is just going over how I give my offers to sellers, how you should give your offers to sellers, the different types of offers to give to a seller, right? There's standard lowball offers, there's standard ones, but really there's about 3 or 4 that we like. And then, I would say we'll break down 5 different type of offers, right? And a lot of them are going to be different, but what we're going to do is go over the objections first. And then objections just over the phone, right? Or in person, right? Because you're going to get these objections when talking to the seller before you give the offer. So we're going to break those down. Then we're going to get into me just giving the offer. When talking to the camera, the camera is going to be the motivated seller. You're going to watch behind my shoulder talking to sellers and getting wholesaling deals done and having the best success possible. So let's talk about this. Let's get into it. And let's bring out the first objection, right? So I'm talking to a seller. They say this question, right? The one thing we have to make, and we are alert for everybody right now that's like, oh, maybe I don't want to. No. This is a number 1 rule before we break this all down. And you need to write this down. If you have not have this written down, you are screwed on your wholesaling deals. Condition the seller. Let me repeat myself. Condition the seller. 80% of these objections that I'm going to show you today, and 80% of the reason why you guys can't go out here and close your motivated seller is because you do not condition the seller. Let me repeat myself one more time. The reason why you struggle when you go to the seller appointment or you're virtually wholesaling, you're talking, and the seller just, you don't get the deal, or the deal magically goes to somebody else. It's because you did not condition the seller, and the person you probably is your competition. Watch the channel here and they condition the seller. So what is conditioning the seller? Oh, if you go to freewholesaling.com, my free wholesaling course, it's the number one rule we have on acquisitions. But conditioning the seller is stopping the friend zone. That's what we call it, right? So when you talk to a motivated seller and you say, Mr. Seller, you sound perfect on the conversation, and you give an offer, they like it or they don't, negotiate from there. Can you do 130? And they're like, no, 150. Well, what about 140? Okay, that might work. Well, can we get a contract signed or an agreement signed, piece of paper? I'm going to think about it. Have you ever had that like situation with a motivated seller where it's like you talk to them and they say, maybe, or I'll think about it. And they go next. This is what happens when you buy these stupid little guru courses. This is the problem when you go talk to a broke wholesaling guru and they teach you how to close sellers, and they don't close sellers. They don't condition. And when you don't condition, you are absolutely trash with your acquisitions, because when you do not condition the seller's just going to say, well, you know what? I'm going to leverage your offer with somebody else and try to get something better. You know what? I'm just going to put you in the maybe friend zone and try to get something better. And then maybe if that doesn't work, I'll come back to you. And you're just like, you're a fish out of water here. You're just like, you're hanging and you're just waiting for the seller, but the hands and knees begging, potentially I can get this deal. Or no, it's like, no, that's how you struggle. This is why you struggle to get deals closed. A lot of you guys are absolutely terrible at closing your sellers. Some of you guys are really good. And like most people that condition the sellers are really good, but they do not condition that condition. They do well. But a lot of you guys are not conditioning sellers. And so let's break down a little more about conditioning your motivated sellers. Conditioning your seller is just making sure that they, when you give this offer, they are ready to make a yes or no decision. Let's repeat ourselves here. When we talk to a motivated seller, very important, they either have to say yes or no. That's what you want. What if they say no? If they say no, fine. It's not a deal. If they say no to my offer and it was at the MAO, it's not a deal. If they want above the MAO and that's the requirement, not a good deal. No, not good at all. Like we wholesalers, we're here to make 30, 40, 50 grand on a deal. Like this ain't your broke guru's wholesaling channel. Okay, man. Like I'm here to make you big bucks. I make big bucks and I show you how to make big bucks. You see people in the comments, you see people on the channel, you see people at freewholesaling.com. We get you rich. That's what we do here. Okay. I ain't here to make $2,000 wholesaling deals. No, we're here to make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 deals. Heck, $100,000 plus deals. Okay. And so to do this, if a seller says no, that's okay. It's okay. And this isn't the most correct statement to say, but like, you ask somebody out on a date and they say no. Okay. They said no. It ain't going to work out. We're not going to be creepy about it. Oh no, you should say yes to me. That's weird. Okay. Say yes or no. That is it. And if you do a low ball offer and you do it the right way we say today, you'll be fine. But conditioning the seller, when you have an offer, there has to be a yes or no. A no, it's fine. It's not a deal. Not every seller is going to be a deal. I'm okay with a no. I'm very okay with a yes, because boom, get the contract, money, cash, right? That's great. Now, the problem is a lot of you guys have this issue. You get a lot of maybes. I'll think about it. Maybe, possibly. I'm going to wait for, Peter Homebuyers, over on 4th Avenue. He's coming by at 4 o'clock today too. So I'll wait. You guys get stuck like this and you just accept it. Okay, I'll lose out on the deal. No, we're conditioning the seller. So conditioning the seller is basically forcing the seller to make a yes or no decision. And so here's my quote live conditioning the seller. And, every single time I do something live, it's like slightly off my script because I just go off my head and I just go off like live. I'm talking to the seller right there. So boop, 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 ring, ring, ring. So let's say I call before we had an appointment set up for, let's say we had an appointment set up for 1 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. So, hey, Mr. Seller, 1 o'clock work. Okay, good. Right. And so I call him up. It is currently 10 a.m. And so I got an appointment at 1. This is when I do it. I'm going to call the seller up. I'm going to say this. Hello. Hi. Hey, John. Hey, John, how's it going? This is Zach Ginn. How are you doing today? Hey, just confirming we're all good for 1 o'clock tomorrow, right? All right. 1 o'clock today. Are we all good for 1 o'clock today? Perfect. Well, what I'm going to do is I got to see other properties, and I'm going to head over there right at 1. Hey, one really quick thing, John, just so I don't waste your time or my time. When I go there, are you ready to make a yes or no decision on selling the property? I'd hate to go there and you're not ready, and I only go in the house once. Are you ready to make a yes or no decision on selling? Yes? Okay, perfect. Simple, right? And so, let's do another one, right? And so, let's say I'm calling the day before. Okay, so day before, not after. Hey, Michelle, hey, just confirming we're all good for 1 o'clock tomorrow. Peter? Okay, perfect, Peter. Well, Peter, one thing I got to do is just when I go to these houses, I only go once. I'm not here to come in and out, look at the house 5 or 6 different times. I'm very busy. I know you're a very busy person. So to respect your time and my time, when I go there tomorrow, are you ready to make a yes or no decision on selling the property? You are not. Your wife, she's out of town. Oh, okay. Well, let me know when Sheila's back in town. And when she's back in town, we can go and see the house. I just hate to go there. We agree on something. And then, Sheila's not okay with it. She feels left out. I'd hate to see that, happy wife, happy life. Ha ha ha. Great. And so, it's kind of stupid, but it's so funny. It's one thing you got to really understand here in wholesaling real estate, when you are talking to these motivated sellers, all right, when you are having these conversations, it's very important that you just be real with them. You have to be real. You cannot be this fake type person. And so the way that I talk, maybe that's not the way you talk. Maybe that's not the way the average person talks. I'm a crazy person. Everyone knows that. But that's the way I talk. And I'm very genuine the way I do it. And I've had that conversation on the phone a lot of times. All right. And so the point of that conversation is they're ready to make a yes or no decision on selling. And so this is why I'm taking a lot of time on just conditioning the seller, because 90% of your bad ways of you not getting the deal is straight up from you not conditioning the seller. So let's go over this one last time. You and I, we're going to speak in the microphone right now. We're going to speak to the camera, and then we're going to get the other objections. Hey, Mr. Seller, before I go see you on the property tomorrow or 3 o'clock today or whatever, just so I don't waste your time or my time, are you ready to make a yes or no decision on selling the property when I'm there? Yes? Perfect. Well, I'll see you there at 4. You're not? Why are you not ready to make a yes or no decision? Well, I don't want to go there multiple times, waste your time or my time. Whenever you're ready, please let me know. You do not want to go there if they're not ready to make a commitment, if they're not ready to make a yes or no decision. Okay. This is I guess, proposing to someone. You either want a yes or a no. You don't want a maybe. What's a maybe going to do, right? Condition the seller. That'll help you out. So now we got conditioning the seller down. Hopefully you guys said it very slow. Hopefully you really understand this, and we can break this down and break down, honestly, the objection. So now we're talking to sellers. We have people talking. Let's get it going and let's talk about this. So, objection. Pretty simple. Zach, your offer's way too low, man. Or you want that little for my house? This is an objection people get so scared over, right? They get so flipped out. They get all freaked out and stressed out. Your offer's too low. That's what I always say. Okay, well, what offer works for you? That's it. Well, you give me a better offer. Well, I did give you an offer. $110,000 for the house. You think it's too low? I'm curious. What do you think it's good for? Or what offer works for you? Instead of just shut up and let the person speak, maybe they say 130. Well, how did you come up with that? And you let them talk. And from there, you just negotiate. Well, Mr. Seller, I would love to be at 130,000 on this house. I would love to do it. And trust me, I would love to give you more money. But here's the problem. It needs a new AC. The roof's going to cost me 15 grand at minimum to repair. Okay. Heck, I might have to replace it at 20, 25,000. This kitchen, between you and me, Mr. Seller, I love the kitchen. I'm good for it. I can go cook it. It's simple. It's easy, right? Done, right? It's classic. The problem is when we buy this house, we bring renters in. You got these new millennials, right? They're 30, 35. They watch their TikTok and they want the nice marble cabinets and they want the nice backsplash and all. And they ain't going to pay me any good rent unless I had those fancy things. And I got to make it up to today's standards. And so it is technically outdated. And for me to get the most out for my rent, I'm going to have to put the renovations in here. And unfortunately, if I paid you 130, if you had the nice renovated everything, I would love to, but unfortunately like that seller, I mean, you see the mold everywhere. Like it's going to cost me a lot of money to fix this. There's holes everywhere on the ceiling. And, I can go on and on about the problems, but like one thing you want to do is you don't want to be combative with these sellers. You don't want to be like, you're wrong and I'm right. Because sellers, they want to feel like they're right. They want to feel like they have some control, right? And the one really cool thing I always do is, I would love to. Trust me, I want to help you out. I want to be the nice guy, but unfortunately, it's out of my control. It's because of this, and this, the issues on the property. And that's usually how I get a seller down if they think the offer's too low. And I'm like, well, they're like, yeah, I didn't think about how the roof does need. Some sellers, honestly, they know it's worth 130 and they want it for it. Or maybe it's worth 110, but they want 130 for it. But they don't realize the cost of things. See, a lot of people don't renovate house. They'll buy a house 15, 20 years ago, not update it, not deal with any repairs. And then when the chickens come to roost, right? They're like, wait, this is how much it costs to repair a roof? This is how much it costs to redo a roof? I've never redone a roof before. I've never updated a kitchen before. And sometimes I have to go look up what the cost of things are to really understand, like, oh, wow, Zach's not doing this to go out here and be like really mean. Zach's not, they have to understand you are not giving this lowball offer because you're like this jerk or you're this really mean and rude person that's just, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Right now. That's not what you are, right? But the seller sometimes might come off that when you have like a lowball offer that's off of their expectations. And if you can just give some explanation, some logic of how to do it, you'll do well. And so there is a three-pronged process. And if you want to write this down, this is really important. We tell this to all of our acquisitions people. When you're talking to a motivated seller, their decision to go with your offer, the decision to sign an agreement, a contract with you, is based off of three key things. And they go through a process. There are three, I don't know the best way to describe this, but like there's basically three matrices. That's the best definition of it, of why a seller chose to go with you. They make a decision to go with your offer, either from number one, emotion. I would say about 80% of all sellers decide to sell based off of emotion. I'm sick of this. I want to get rid of it. They decide to get rid of it for cash from emotion. That's how most people do it. 10% of your sellers are going to decide to sell strictly based off of logic. This is a logical decision. This makes sense. You guys probably know that. A lot of you guys are very logical. Most sellers are logical, not motivated sellers, but people that sell houses, logical. I have a house. I want the most of the house, so I get the most money. They go with the realtor, right? The problem is you're not dealing with those type of people. You're dealing with people who are based off of emotion. Ugly house, they want to get rid of it. They don't want to deal with the work, right? Analytical people, off of logic. And then 5%, no, I would say 15% logic, then 5%. This is the last part. This is the part that really nobody understands. Most people go with emotion. Maybe they decide emotionally, yes, I want to get rid of it. Then they have to logically decide to want to get rid of the property. Logically get rid of the property. Logically understand that's the right decision. And then the last part is fear. Fear is the last part of a selling point that people make decisions in wholesaling to sell their house. Fear. The market's going to go down. I better sell now. Fear. That's not even logical. It's just fear. A little bit of mixed. Hey, Mr. Seller, I'm going to go see a couple more houses today. And if I go with them, I'm not going to be able to buy your house. Oh, there's scarcity here. That's a fear. Boom. Fear sells. And so when you talk to sellers, they're going to either go through emotions, logic, or fear. And so when someone says the offer's too low, this is all logic. It's logic money. And so the one thing also you can do when a seller says the offer's too low is, okay, well, logically, if you want the most for the house, go with the realtor. List the property for 6 months, have 50,000 people walk through your house, and then maybe if it passes an inspection, wait, there's a hole in the roof, there's rats, cockroaches, the electrical panel is busted and really bad. I say I'm playing dumb. So it won't pass an inspection with a realtor. No, but you want the most for it. So you just put the 30 grand into fixing the house up and go with the realtor. That's the most logical decision, right? No, I don't want to do all that. Emotion. Well, logically, if I don't want to go, see, now they're going off of logic, analytical. Well, if I don't want to do all that stupid work, I should go with Zach. And so they're kind of doing this merry-go-round. And I know I'm taking my time on this, but like, this is really important for you guys to understand. They go through this merry-go-round of like, dang, the most logical decision is to go with Zach. And a lot of you guys lose out on deals because you don't you don't talk through the process with the seller. They kind of have to go through stages. You know, people go through like the 7 stages of grief, right? Like there's kind of like the 3 stages of wholesaling with a seller, right? They have to emotionally make a decision. They have to logically be like, okay, that logically makes sense. And then emotionally. A lot of you guys feel like it logically makes no sense to accept the lowball offer. But for a lot of people, logically it is. If they don't want to do the repairs, they want to get rid of it for cash. They want to close quickly, right? And so logically, if you want the most of the house, Mr. Seller, go with a realtor. I know a great guy, you know, John Smith. He's great over here. He's a great person to go with. No, I don't want to. See, you go from there. And so when the seller tells you that the offer is too low, I eat it up. Oh, beautiful. I'm like, oh, you think the offer's too low? Go with a realtor. And guess what happens when I say go with a realtor? Well, I just don't want to deal with this then. If you go with a realtor, I'll go buy a bunch of other houses. What's the last part here? Fear. Fear kicks in. That fear of missing out. Oh, shoot, Zach's actually going to leave. And so this is really important. When a seller says the offer is too low, a lot of motivated sellers, they get on the defensive. Oh, no, it's okay. And they get like so defensive, scared. And the truth is, you don't be on the defensive, stay on the offensive. You have to keep attacking. And when the seller says the offer is too low, you have to be on the offensive here. When you're on the offensive, you will achieve your goal. All right, that's objection number 1, guys. I love these objections. No objection in wholesaling real estate phases me because you can't be scared for the seller to say no. Okay. Oh, my offer's too low. Well, what works for you? You want 150? My MAO is 140. The seller, I can't do 150. Yeah, I can do 135. No, still at 145. Sorry, I don't think it's going to work then because of X, Y, and Z. Hey, I would love to give you 145,000 for this house, but do you understand the cost of this? Bing, boom, 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 boom. One thing we used to really do with our acquisitions people, we don't really do it anymore, but this is just, you can do it. We used to go get a notepad. We don't walk in the notepads anymore, but we used to go in with a notepad and we used to just write down the cost and the renovations. And so one thing we used to do was we went here, we did, okay, $15,000 roof. And what we did now, it's like we don't do it on the notepad, but on the notepad, we used to do $15,000 roof, $20,000 kitchen and bathrooms, boom, boom. And we just list out what the issues were. And then we added it up, $40,000 in renovations here. That's a lot of money to put on this house. I don't think I even want this anymore. And then the seller's on the offensive, on the defensive with you. One thing we used to do now too, this is great, right? You got your phone right here. You just be like, okay, $40,000 is the repairs. I got to put an extra 12 into it. And like they're watching in the corner. 52 grand. Oh man, this is expensive. I'm telling you guys it works. So when the offer's too low, use that as leverage and keep going after it. You will get deals by doing this. I promise everybody watching this, if you do it, it'll do well. All right. Number 2, proof of funds. Oh, scary, right? A lot of people get really scared with the proof of funds. Let's talk about it. Zach, I need a proof of funds from you. Okay. Do you want a letter? Do you want a bank account? Like, what works for you? Oh, well, I need to see you have the money in your bank account. Okay. Well, what's your email? I'll send it over to you. Done. Okay. A lot of guys get freaked out over proof of funds. You can use your partner's proof of funds. Okay. What I'm going to do is send over my partner's proof of funds. We buy it together. Simple, right? And well, you don't really buy it together. You do. Okay. So like one thing you got to understand is the assignment of contract has you're on the assignment of contract and the partner, the cash buyer, is on the assignment of contract. So you can always use your cash buyer's proof of funds. And if you use them on it, remember, they're going to buy it with you. You're all good to go. Like you're fine to do it. Now, it's always best to have your own proof of funds. Obviously, if you had $5 million in your bank, go use it. A lot of you guys can't. Go get a proof of funds from your partner, ask for permission to use it, and just say, hey, this is my partner. This is the person that I'm potentially going to buy the deal with. Here's the proof of funds. Don't be scared. Like, and guess what? If you're going to wholesale it, at the end, that partner you gave the proof of funds, he's the person actually funding the deal. So it's pretty transparent actually. And so use your cash buyer's proof of funds. It's not even it's not even a question. Just go do that. And you might be like, well, I don't have any cash buyers. Well, get your butt to work. Go to Zillow for Rents, start calling, finding all the rich landlords, go to cash sales and listarea.com, zachdata.com, go there, find the buyers from there, and then just get into it. It's real. See, here's one thing. No Limit says this, be really good at manipulation. It's not manipulation, okay? You are not manipulating anyone. You are just giving more information to the seller. This is selling, okay? This is not manipulating anyone. All right. Like we are not, that's not what we're doing here. If the seller does not want to sell for the price, I'm okay with it. We walk away. It's not manipulating. That's one thing I think realtors always say. It's so stupid. But yeah, proof of funds, use the cash buyers. You're good. You're good for that one. Here's another really good one. I love this one. Give me an offer. Give me an offer, Zach. Give me an offer. Stop with this. Give me an offer right now. I need it. And you're going to deal with a lot of really dominating personalities when you're cold calling, talking to sellers. There's going to be a lot of very aggressive people. Give me an offer. Give me an offer. I don't want to hear you think. Give me an offer right now in my house. It's 123 Main Avenue. Give me an offer. And like, geez, Louise, man, like chill out. A lot of people get super aggressive. And I think a lot of you guys are like, yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about, right? And a lot of you guys just curl up sometimes and be like, oh, I don't know what to do. And where some of y'all just spit out an offer and it's like you lose all your leverage on the deal. And it's like, what are you going to do? Terrible. Trash. So when someone is really aggressive with me, I'm not a very aggressive type personality person, like, right? And you know who I'm talking about, like these type of people. So I'm in Florida. A lot of these type of people are New Yorkers, okay, specifically the Bronx and Brooklyn. All right. I don't know what's up with those boroughs, but those people that move down to Florida, they are super aggressive, like super aggressive. All right. It's like ridiculous. All right. Like it's insane. And all of them are like this. And so like, I'm used to it. All right. It drives me nuts. What's your offer? What's your offer? What's your offer? That's what I do. Well, when someone screams that at me, I use what we call the car analogy. The car analogy is the best analogy you could ever use to get somebody off their high horse on the offer. So what is that? This is it. What's your offer? What's your offer? What's your offer? Hey, Mr. I would love to give you an offer right now. But let me ask you a quick question. Then we can talk about it. Oh, okay. What's the question? Right. And they're expecting you to ask a question about the house and calculate it right there. Right. Have you ever test driven a car? What? What do you mean? Have you ever bought in a car and test driven it? Duh, of course I have. What's my offer? Right. That's what you get. Well, if I'm buying a house, kind of like buying a car, except a lot more expensive, I'm going to have to test drive it. Like you obviously just don't see a car and then buy it sight unseen. You got to test drive it. You got to look at it. You really got to make a decision. I mean, Mr. Seller, the reason why I buy real estate, frankly, is I'm not buying stocks. I'm not buying all these things I can't see. I want to see what I'm looking like. I want to see what it looks like. So unfortunately, I would love to give you an offer right now, but I got to go see it. I mean, if you want an offer right now, what's your address? I can swing by in about an hour. whoa. I guess that makes sense. I'm not available right now, right? And then they get a lot more on the defensive. And so basically, let's do another example. I can do other ways, but like, okay, what's your offer? What's your offer? What's your offer? Well, Mr. Let me ask you a quick question, but before I tell you about the offer and everything. Oh, okay. What is it? Have you ever bought a car? Yeah, I've bought in a car before. Well, when you bought the car, did you test drive it? Yeah, I test drove it before I bought it. Well, that's what I want to do too. Like I would love to go buy the house from you, but like I'm a man of my word. When I give you an offer, that's my price, and I do not back down. And I can tell you're a man of your word too. Yeah, of course I'm a man of my word. Well, man to man, if I want to look you in the eye and tell you I can offer you this and this is my offer and I'm not backing down from it, I'm gonna have to see it. I really have to put eyes on it and I have to look at it. Does that make sense? Joe, that makes sense. Well, what's a good time for me to come by and actually look at the house? See, what you do is you flip that aggressiveness into setting the appointment. And for a lot of those New Yorkers, I make fun of them all the time, but like New Yorkers, they seem aggressive and nasty and all, but they're actually sweet people. Okay, it just is a little abrasive. But those New Yorkers that seem like those crazy, like aggressive type people, they have really good values. They honor their word. They're a man, women of their word, and they understand family and values and things like that better than anyone. And so when you can use that aggressiveness and like flip it on them and say, you're a man of your word, I'm a man of my word. Because of that, I have to go see the house. And so when I make you an offer, I can stay firm on that. They eat it up. They eat it up like candy. And that's how you do it. And so to give me the offer, aggressive type people, they do it. And there is a alternative part of this too. I will tell you. When a seller says, no, don't come by the house. Give me an offer now. I don't waste my time. Well, if I can't look at the house and I can't see it sight unseen, I don't want to waste your time or my time. Like if you're not serious about me coming by the house and looking at it to give me a real offer, you're not really serious about selling the house then. Well, not really. Like, okay, that's what it is. Also, another question I get a lot on the direct mail is like, what's your offer? What's your offer? We've really taught our acquisitions people when somebody's like really aggressive with that, just basically say this. Before I sent you that piece of mail, before you got this postcard, were you even thinking about selling the house? No, I wasn't. Just because I got this postcard, I was just asking. So you weren't serious about selling the house at all? Not really. I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to waste my time or your time. So boom, next call. The seller, before you call them, if they weren't even thinking about selling, it's not a good one. Not a good one at all. So the give me the offer thing's it's an easy one. Always a simple one. Can always overcome it with ease. But yeah, it's like give me the offer type people. Drive me crazy, but it works a lot, and always it's going to give you a lot of. It's always going to work. Don't worry about it. All right. So here's the next one. The other wholesaler offered me more. Roll my eyes every time I see this. The other wholesaler offered me more. Come on. Right? This is a simple one. If another wholesaler offered you more money, go take it. But before you take it, this is what our company does, FYI. So like I'll give you a disclaimer of what my company does for it. And so what we like to do is just destroy all of our competition. Just frankly, that's what we do. Okay. I hate to tell you, but like we destroy our competition with this. We just basically say this. Yeah, you should just go with the other wholesaler then. Just really quickly, just ask that other person how many houses they bought in the past 4 months. Just ask them. Get the addresses. Let me give you mine. 123 Manhattan, blah, 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 blah. So this is my own personal market. Heck, I'll get more aggressive. If it's in a zip code that I've bought, say, so Mr. Seller, our partner, Zach, our company, we bought 3 houses last month in this zip code. Here's the addresses. Look it up. What I want you to do is ask the other person that's looking to buy your house if they've bought any houses in that zip code the past month. And I know this isn't good for most of you guys watching this, but like for the wholesalers that have a little bigger operations that are watching this, use this one. I can't sleep at night knowing I did not give this game out for you for free. The other wholesaler that quote offered me more, just say go with them. That's it. And maybe you sometimes lose on the deal, but like it's a hard one. Like if they're not really conditioned, It's going to be a tough one to do, but just try to get in condition and go on it. Like if you're serious about selling, make a decision. I'm not here to go play around with other things. If you're actually serious about selling, go see me at the house, right? But the other wholesaler offered me more. We sometimes do that. Also, on top of that too, it's like, well, if they offered you more and you actually trusted them, you would actually accept it. So obviously you haven't. When's a good time for me to go by the house? If you're ready to make a yes or no decision, I can go meet you. If not, I can just go buy other houses, right? It's the only way to really answer that objection. And there's no like, no, don't go with them, please. What are you going to do? Beg? Like, no, that's not what you're doing. It's so stupid. It drives me crazy when he sees it. It just drives me crazy. But so many wholesalers, they don't do it. You just have to be serious about what you're doing and you should be doing. All right, so let's do the next one here. This is not an objection, but this is a question I get a lot is like, Zach, what's the process? Like, what's the process to talking to motivated sellers? What's the process of this whole thing? You're saying you're buying houses for cash. I don't understand. Is this a realtor thing? Hey, Michelle, that's a great question. Well, let me just talk about the whole process. What we do is if you want to sell your property, we want to buy it. So we have cash. We're looking to buy houses. And so that's pretty much it. If you want to sell it, we want to buy it for cash. Basically how it works is I'll go to the house, go buy it. I'm going to look at it. If it seems like a house that fits our criteria of what me and my partner are looking to buy, we'll write up an agreement to buy it. I'll bring it over to the title company. They'll make sure everything's legit. And from there, on the date that you choose, we will give you the cash in your bank for the house and for the price. So if we agree on a certain price, that's the price you're going to get at the end, wired into your bank account. Pretty simple. That's the process. Now, I know between you and me, it's a little more complicated than that. But honestly, for the seller, you are making it simple. Me and my partner, John or Rick, we're looking to buy a couple houses for cash. If you want to sell it, I can go by the house, look at it. If it works, we'll write up an agreement to buy it. I'll send it over to the title company. They'll take care of the rest. They'll make sure the title's all good. You don't really have to worry about any of that stuff. I'm paying for it. And then at the date that you choose, we'll close on the property. I bring the money to them. They wire it into your bank account. You get the money. And so the way it works is I go by the house. If we agree on it, whatever price we both agree on, that's the money that gets wired in your bank account at closing. Done. And I know I really oversimplified the entire process, but you do not want to overwhelm your seller with anxiety. You do not want to overwhelm your seller at all with this. And when you make the process simple, it's good. Okay. When you say, we'll write up a contract and then title's going to do the title work. And then we got to go to a due diligence period. And then blah, 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 blah. You're going to overwhelm the seller. And when a seller's overwhelmed and stressed, they're not going to go with you. And you lose out on the deal. It's insane the amount of motivated sellers that don't know how to answer that. Drives me nuts. But guys, just tell them the process, make it simple. Practice too. You really got to practice. Here's another objection. This is an objection that grinds my gears. It really not upsets me, but it's like, come on. And so I kind of lied a little, not lied, but like when you tell a seller, will you make a yes or no decision? Sometimes there's only one maybe that you have to accept. And this is, yes, I decided I'm going to go with you, but I can't sign it until my attorney looks at it. And if you're outside of an attorney state, this is like, it's like, makes me want to scream. It's a really annoying one, but it's one that you have to accept. And when you have to understand how to talk around and talk to. What do I mean by this? Well, let's explain this. Now, if the seller says, I agree on that $150,000 price, but I need my attorney to look it over. What they mean by that is they want to see if I'm freaking out over this. That is the honest dang truth. They want to see if I am flipping out of the attorney. Now, if I go and say, no, don't go to the attorney, don't look at it. It sounds suspicious, right? It sounds like, why does he not want an attorney to look at this? Is he doing something illegal? Is he trying to scam me? Some people think they're getting scammed all the time. People think they're always getting scammed. Okay. It's stupid, but it's absolutely true. Everyone thinks they're getting scammed. And so if you say, don't go to the attorney, don't have him look at it. Oh no, you sound legit like a scammer. Okay. And so you have to say, sure. What do you want? You want the contract from them to look over? Here it is. And what you're going to do specifically is you do not want to put the price of it, or you don't want to write anything on it. All you do is give a blank contract. Well, can you put the price on? No, because we're not ready for the price anymore. You want the attorney to look it over. And that's all you can do, right? I'll let you know that every attorney that reviews a contract always has a problem with it. You know why? Because contracts and attorneys are all stupid, like different. Okay. Every attorney, if you paid an attorney $500 to go look at a contract, do you think the attorney's going to say, yeah, it's good. Give me my $500. The person's going to be like, you scammed me out of $500. What are you talking about? You didn't even look. You just looked at it. You said it was good, but like I feel like you needed to go like find something, right? And so when an attorney does, they see it. They're like, well, legally, this is a legal contract, but the way that I like looking at things is I would rather the earnest money be put on this section, and I'd rather put a line here saying about what happens with utility bills, and it's all like knick-knack stuff, right? And so like, you ever talk to somebody about their opinion on a football team or of a football player or a basketball player? Everyone's got little opinions, right? Like it doesn't really affect anything. So sometimes attorneys come back and says, I don't like the contract. No, you're going to use my contract instead. And I'm like, no. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Attorney. Is my contract legally enforceable? Yes or no? Don't give me a, what do you think? If we wrote this contract, me and the seller, would it be enforceable in court? Would it be enforceable with the state of whatever state you're using? Well, yeah, it would, but I just rather you use something else. Yeah, no, I don't care. Okay. Like, that's it. It's like me saying, hey, I'd rather you drive a Lamborghini than driving a Toyota Camry. Well, Mr. Officer, is it legal for me to drive a Toyota Camry? Yeah, but I prefer you just drove the Lamborghini. It's like, no, I'm just going to go use my Toyota. Okay. That's what, that is the example I use. And it sounds stupid, but it's like, I can still use, they're both legal. So like, why don't I use the simple and easy one? Right. And so a lot of attorneys get on their high horse. They want to be all this, and that, but between you and me, it's fine. So I need my attorney to look at this. Just say, okay, here's the contract. Make sure it's blank. Have them look it over. Half the time, they don't even have an attorney even looking at it. They just do it to see if you're scared, or they have a paralegal friend to look it over. It's fine. Okay. Don't worry about it. The problem is if you give a price to the attorney, they're going to say, well, I actually think the house is worth this much. And then they give their price opinion. And it's like, no, that I think they should give more EMD. I get that all the time. That's why I just leave it all blank, because they can't argue about that. And so I need my attorney to look it over, and then the seller doesn't want to pay the attorney twice to look it over. So it usually works out. Give them blank contract. That'll put you at the best advantage for still closing the seller and closing the deal. So that's what I use. Now, the one that grinds my gears, I'll think about it, or maybe no. Okay. I'll think about it, or maybe no. Whoa. All right. We're not playing this game here. This is not what we do in wholesaling. All right. If I have a seller who has the audacity, after me conditioning them to say, I'll think about it, maybe. Hey, whoa, Mr. Seller. Remember when you gave me your word? I go for the low blow. Okay, FYI for everyone watching this, I go for the absolute low blow with these sellers. Hey, remember when you gave me your word that you would make a yes or no decision? I'm not here to waste my time, your time. You said you'll think about it, but you agreed you would already make a decision here and now. I did. Dang, I did say that, didn't I? You did. So are you a man of your word? I'm a man of my word. Yeah, let's just go do it. I'll tell you, I have a lot of those type of sellers happen, like appointments and everything like that. And that's usually the in-person type thing. And so you have to understand is when I get that, I go low blow. Like, I'm like, are you not a man of your word? Tell me to my face you're not a man of your word. or a woman of your word. Everyone's got an ego. And most sellers have a big enough ego where they can't accept that. And so they just say, no, I'm a man of my word. Yeah, I am. I'll accept the deal. And I love that objection. It's a great objection. Every time I get that objection, I'm always happy with it. Okay. I do not mind. The reason why is because when you do that, you actually end up always getting the deal usually. And so it's a great one. I always highly recommend it for everyone here. So that's another objection up here. So let's keep going the objection train. Let's go. There's still so many more objections to go through because you got to be really, really skilled on any single type that could happen, any situation that could happen in wholesaling, right? There's so many. So that's another one. So let's go to the next one here. Why, Mr. Zach or whatever, why can't you just come by and see the house? Why can't you actually go here and meet me at the house, man to man? I get it all the time. Like if you're virtually wholesaling, right? The best way for me to overcome this objection is just basically like, well, the way our company works is we're not here to waste time and we want to do this as fast and easy as possible. We agree on a price for the real estate, for the piece of house, and then we go and actually look at it. We trust your decision. We trust you telling us what the condition of the house is. It's always a trust thing between us when we're doing business. And the one thing we do is we always make an agreement up front. And once we make an agreement on the price, we look through it, and then we bring somebody to look at the house. We're not here to inspect it and nickel dime you, and that's not the way we work. If you just kind of put your foot down, usually it's fine. And like that's the best way to overcome that type of objection. So usually it doesn't work. But the reason why you do that, you just don't sound like a weird, scammy salesman or sales type person. And so usually always ends up really well. And so that's one we always do here. So give me a second. We're going to go do the offer really quick. Check the lighting here. All right, good. All right, we had I had to check a little button came on here. So just make sure we're good here. All right. So as you can see here, we got I ain't no fancy schmancy guru. I don't have 4 employees behind me right here. We're all looking at analytics, just me. And we're good to go. So let's kind of break down the offer. Okay. There's about a lot of offer methods, a lot of ways to offer a seller, but let's kind of go over my live presentation after all these objections are done of the offer. Now, my favorite offer, I could tell you, is it's my patented Zach Ginn, or I call it the Ginn because, I kind of did it with Rick too. So like it's my patented one, and it's the offer I give the most. Now, it's not the only offer I give, but it is the offer I give the most of. And so let's kind of break down what it is. It's called the good cop, bad cop method. Okay. So let me write method on here. All right. It's called the good cop, bad cop method. This in my 2,000 plus wholesaling deals I've done. Okay. This is the one that has hands down worked the best. Hands stinking down work the best. If I'm looking at like a percentage of me getting deals locked up, this is going to be the best one. The good cop, bad cop method. What is the good cop, bad cop method? The good cop, bad cop method is basically a method of me being a good cop and the bad cop being the mean person. And it has always worked in interrogations. The police have always used it. You know why? The FBI, CIA, whatever, they've all used it because it works. Okay. And they have been doing that a lot longer than you and I have been alive. And the reason they do it is because it works and we are not going to question it. And so basically how it works is I will give talk with the seller and I'll explain that my partner, who is the bad cop, wants to buy it for this price. And the sellers, I'm going to feel them out. If they don't like it, they're like, oh, it's too low. Hey, whoa, wait. I know that's great. My partner, Rick, he's crazy. He always wants to buy it for the least. He's nuts. But that's not my offer. I was just letting you know what he was at. That's why I'm here. I make the decisions. And then you kind of gave that leverage. So we have to understand in any offer negotiations in life, anything in general, this is 100% true for wholesaling. Whoever gives the offer first loses the leverage. The price is the leverage. It's kind of a battle between trying to get the most for the deal for the seller and you buying it for the least, right? It's a back and forth negotiation battle. And whoever can give up their feel of it, it's kind of like a little war, a battle, you win. And so that's why you never want to give the offer first or the price first, because they could win it for a lot less. And so what you need to do is just trick them, not trick, but like kind of get it out of them. It's the best way I can explain it. And so let's go use an example. Here is my quote, the offer. Okay. This is the one that always works the best, is in wholesaling.com, the one we talk about. But this is it. Hey, Mr. Seller, after looking at everything, I was calling my partner Rick on this, and he looked at it. I told him about it. I told him the property, and I told that what it needed and everything. And he told me he wanted to buy this for around $100,000. See how I just shut up there and I just zip. I just mentioned that 100 grand. And maybe there's a little awkward silence. And the seller's like, okay, I can do that. Well, Mr. I can't do that. Like that I'm just letting you know. Like that I'm just letting you know what he told me for it. I just generally just letting you know what my partner was. Unfortunately, he hasn't seen this house. He doesn't know it needs X, Y, and Z and all this. And then I can bring him down in price right from there. Sometimes you get 100. 100, I can't do 100. No way. I'm at 130. I need 130,000 for this house. Hey, Messiah. I get it. Rick's crazy. He wants to buy the thing for the lowest price possible. He's nuts about it. If he could buy this house for $1, he would do it. But like, that's why he's not here. This is why I'm here. I'm here to make the decisions. That's why I'm here. I ain't the guy coming out here making these low offers. That's what Rick does. That's why I'm here. I'm just trying to be respectful here. And they're like, oh, okay. But because you did that, you just got what their price is off the bat. And then you can negotiate from there and get the deal locked up. It's a great offer because it's like, if you mess up, you just say, hey, it's their fault, right? And you're the good cop, right? You're the good guy. You're the person actually trying to be in the best position with the seller, right? That's how you do it. Now, what is the virtual offer, right? Like, what's my presentation with a motivated seller if this is virtual wholesaling, right? What's the way that works best for that, right? Well, there's multiple ones here, but like when you're virtually doing the offer, you're kind of explain it like this, like, hey, Mr. Seller, we're talking, got it conditioned already, right? I was looking at it, I was telling my partner he wanted to be at 100,000 for this. No. Trust me, he's crazy. He always wants to buy it for the most. I'm just letting you, that's what he was telling me and looking online for it. But obviously, talking to you, I got a little more information. Obviously, he can't do 100. Between him, he wants to. That's why I'm here talking to you. He wants it for too low. I get it. Okay. Well, I know he's at 100,000 and you 130. Here's the problem. Okay. He wants to buy it for 100. You want to buy it for 130. If I say 130, he's going to kick my butt. Obviously, we can't do that. He's going to be upset. Obviously, you're not going to take 100. Can we just meet in the middle here, like 115? I mean, that makes sense, right? Like he's going to be really upset. I'm even taking 150. He told me not a dime above 100, but I'm sick of just like talking to other people around that. I just want to start renovating these houses. Can we just meet in the middle? Does that make sense? Okay, we meet in the middle. Fine. Perfect. Right. And that's another way I do it. Like there's a lot of methods and ways to do this, but like the way I like that is be like, okay, he's at this one. He told me not to get a dime above this. Right. And you're at this price. We just meet at the middle. And a lot of people, there's these, Chris Voss has a book, says, never split the difference. All right. I think that's a stupid theory. Now, let me explain this to you. Okay. Let's talk about splitting the difference. All right. What most splitting the difference is if I want this much for my house and I give a regular-ish offer here and I meet in the middle, I'm kind of like here, right? Like I'm kind of at my nose. But guess what? If you're at this price and I offer like this low and we meet in the middle at like my chest. And you actually end up getting the deal locked up here. So yes, if you do regular low balls, you're to my nose, right? That's the price. But if you give such a stupid low ball, the average price has to meet. When you meet in the middle, when I'm so low, you have to go low. You have to drop it just to meet me in the middle. So that's kind of the point. If you get the law offer so low, it's like the law of averages, right? So if I give 100 if I do 100 and I meet in the middle with the guy at 0, I'm at 50, right? Whoa, that's a 50-point drop. But if I at 100 and I have to meet somebody at the middle at, let's say, not good at math. And let's say I have to go meet at the middle with someone at like, I don't know, 60, for example. I'm at 80, not 50. And so that means just like if you get so low and they have to meet in the middle, it drops insane. And so like for example, right? If you're ridiculous with your offer, but you know how to get around it, you'll do good. So let me use an example. If I tell you, hey, I want let's say we're selling my house, right? Let's do the opposite for an example of why this works so well. So Chris Voss can watch this. If I decide I want to sell my house, let's say my house is worth 500,000, right? And somebody goes and tries to offer 400 for my house. I'm like, you want to buy, and I didn't give him my offer price. You want 400 grand for my house? Well, I want to sell my house for $5 million. Let's meet in the middle. Okay. Guess what happens when we meet in the middle? All right. If I want to sell my house for $4 million and you are at 400, we meet the middle. I sell my house for 2.2 million. You know why? Because I was so stupid of how much I want for it. Just meeting in the middle with my stupid craziness means I got $2 million for the house. And so you have to be so ridiculously low that even when they meet in the middle, you do well. And so that's why meet in the middle always works well. I hate people that say, don't ever meet in the middle. If you're just average on your offers, then yeah, don't do it. But you got to be really crazy lowball offers. There's other ones. There's the standard lowball. Hey, Mr. Seller, I can buy this for 130. They get mad at you. You kind of lose on the deal. I don't like that type of offer. We always do the offer first method too. That's another one. Hey, Mr. Seller, how much do you want to sell your house for? 130. Well, I can't do. Can you do 100? You can negotiate from there. You just kind of get their offer first. That works, I guess, too. You can do the volley method too, which is just like this one Rick always loves. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like we use it, but like I like good cop, bad cop better. His volley method is basically, hey, Mr. Seller, how much do you want to sell the house for? Or what price works for you to get rid of it? Oh, I don't know. Well, you don't know? No. Well, if you did know, what would it be? I have no idea. Like if you obviously have a price in mind, like what would work for you? I don't know. Usually if you just keep saying, well, if you did, I know you don't know, but if you did know, what would it be? And you can go back and forth. But usually when you volley like that, about 5 or 6 times, they just spit out. They get so frustrated, they just spit out a price. You also use the dollar bill method too, which is basically like, hey, Mr. Seller, I mean, you don't know how much you're going to sell your house for? Well, I mean, you wouldn't sell the house for $1, right? No, of course I wouldn't sell my house for $1. Well, okay. Well, basically that means you established a price. If you want to take $1 for it, right? I mean, would you take $2? No. $3? Would you take $500? No, 40,000. And boom, you get the price out of the seller, right? So that's how you do it. Like giving offers to sellers is pretty simple. You know, you kind of follow a rough outline script and you just basically use any of the methods I said before. They give you any of the objections. You know how to go over them and you're basically good to go. And so that's how you overcome all these objections. A lot of people get really freaked out over, oh, I got an objection from the seller, or oh, the seller said this or that happened. You're really over complicating this. Okay. You just got to give the offer. That is it. Like make it really low, go for the low offer, go for the no. And you're good. The one last thing I could tell everyone when it comes to offers, when it comes to making offers, we here on the channel, we really have one saying, and no guru ever wants to talk about it. They're so scared, but it's true. Okay. We have one thing. It's called go for no. Let me repeat myself. Go for no. When you give an offer to a motivated seller, okay, our goal is for them to say no. If the seller did not say no, if the seller did not accept, if the seller accepted my first offer, that means I could have gone lower. You want to squeeze the most out of this deal. You want to squeeze the most profits out of this. And the only way that you are actually going to go out here and squeeze the most on the deal is making the seller say no, negotiating from there, and then getting the deal locked up and done from there. Guys, you have to go for the no. If you do not go for the no, you're screwed up and you are definitely behind the 8 ball in wholesaling. So go for the no. You'll be good to go. So what we're going to do here is answer some questions you guys have, and we're excited for it. And so also, guys, next Thursday is our official Flip with Rick Plus live event. So we're really excited for that. If you want to go to the live event, we only have 2 days left. If you want to do it, go to flipwithrickplus.com. It's going to be in Stuart, Florida, 2 full days with me and Rick. It'd be pretty cool. Go to flipwithrickplus.com. Or if you want to do it for free, send me a stinking JV deal. Get you there. There's a lot of people send me JV deals that are coming. I want you to be the next person. If you want to go there for free, send me some deal. Make me a $20,000 assignment fee. We'll split it 50-50. I'll make 10 grand. I'll let you come to the event for free. Oh, how generous of me, right? Or you just pay a small fee, get it going. But Flip with Rick Plus, that is the website for it. And we're excited for it. And so, yeah, I always get questions about the event and stuff. It's just basically, it's a live event. I'm not promising the crazy world for it, but you're just going to spend 2 days with me and Rick, and we're going to go over everything you need to know about getting your first 100K in wholesaling. If you want to scale, we'll go there. I mean, you're 2 full days with me, though. Like, you can ask me any question you want. You can see me. It's going to be less than, I don't know how many people are coming. Like, there's more and more people coming. But we do have a max capacity, so that's why we have to end it. Yeah, we're going to end it Thursday. So if you end it, you will not be able past Thursday to come. So because we're kind of nearing the limit on it. So we're trying to make it as small as possible. Shout out Jason joined Flip with Rick Plus yesterday. Woohoo. Awesome. So it's exciting. So if you want to hop on there, go it. I like Flip with Rick Plus. Flip with Rick Plus, if you want to, is just so the people that don't understand it, then we'll get into the questions, the one-on-ones and everything like that. It's basically a education platform that has a lot of things. So I'm having a big problem on YouTube where they keep censoring me. They keep shutting down videos because it's against their policies, things like that. And I'm kind of sick of it. And so a lot of the, I had so much content in Flip with Rick that I just can't give out because of the privacy, and YouTube shuts it down. I'm like, I'm going to put it somewhere. Also, I want to incentivize people to send me JV deals. And also I want to do live events, but I can't really do live events for free because I'm not going to lose another 15, 20 grand a month just giving free stuff off on top of the tens of thousands I literally spend just to give freewholesaling.com out to the people. And so we do live events. I'm like, how am I going to do this? And so the best way for me to become the top wholesaler in the country is to incentivize people to give me more JV deals. And so I did Flip with Rick Plus, where it incentivizes you to give me JV deals so you can send me deals, and then we can do that. Also, I cannot personally talk to 160,000 subscribers off of all 4 of our YouTube channels, 117,000 people in the Facebook group. And I can't physically text all these people, and I feel bad. And so inside of Flip with Rick Plus, once you join, you get access to my live events. You get to personally message me and Rick, and I'll message you back. And we do Zooms. We extend the live stream. I can't do one-on-ones with everyone. And so what I do is I do an extended live stream. So after this live stream, I'll go inside of a Zoom for 45 minutes, an hour, sometimes more, just answering more questions in a private setting for things like that. Also, a lot of you guys have requested this because a lot of you guys have jobs. You don't want to go in the one-on-ones and let your boss know you're trying to side hustle. So that's another thing too. But honestly, it's just here. You're joining a community of other wholesalers looking to help you out. That's it. So, Scott says, I'm considering joining. I'd like to know more about the event. The event is next Thursday in Stuart, Florida. You'll sit down with other wholesalers, and you're going to learn exactly how to escape the matrix in wholesaling. You are going to be probably, I'm flying out, I think about 15 wholesalers. And those 15 wholesalers have done over, I believe, $250,000, and they'll be in the room with you networking too. And so if you're brand new, you're going to be with people that have made over 100,000, have made 150, 200 grand a year, and they send me the HUDs. And then those people are going to be with you too. And so it's not just me, it's going to be other successful wholesalers you're going to be in rooms with. And that's kind of the point of the event. And you're going to hang out with me and Rick. The reason why I'm talking about this for a second is because I am recording. I hired 3 videographers. They're going to record the entire event, and we're going to release that event, basically videos of it on this YouTube channel. You're going to see it this year. And so you're gonna be like, what's this live event and stuff? That's what it is. And all the information on the event, FY, for anyone that wants to know, the information should be free. The information is nothing new, okay? But it's gonna be going live. That's the cool part. But we're gonna release the videos on that event, the recording of it and everything on this channel. So that's gonna be pretty cool too. And so it won't be live streamed. You got to be there, but the recordings and the things I talk about, the information, it is always going to be to everyone on YouTube for free. But if you want to attend, you're going to have to go to Flip Plus. And so FY, if you see me on a live event talking, it's going to be that one. And so that's the only one I do. And so, yeah, I'm excited for it. And I'm excited to see everyone on there. So, yeah, Flip Plus, you want to hop on by 2 days. If not, can't go. Axed. But that's pretty much it. So we're excited about it. And yeah, so let's answer some more questions we got here. Let's see here. Cold calling right now. Love to see it. Love to see it. Thanks, Zach. Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. The Ramos says, Zach, if you're in Seattle, where would you wholesale? I'd probably go virtual between you and me. I know people in Seattle that do well, but I probably would just virtually do it. FYI. My man's dropping jewels. I appreciate it. Awesome. Awesome. I'd love to see it. All right, let's go here. Let's see here. Get some good questions here. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not me. All right. Love your content. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, these salesmen, they seem really, you do not want to be a salesman. Okay. A lot of you guys act like you're salespeople. You're not a salesperson. You are just yourself. When you talk to motivated sellers, you need to sound like yourself. That will always give you more wholesaling deals. Always, always, always. Let's see here. So is there a seller representation contract? No. You use your regular contract. And remember, guys, if you want a contract, just go to freewholesaling.com. That's how you do it. All right. Broke wholesaling. Awesome. Yep. Money's in the follow-up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some one-on-ones. If you want to hop on one-on-one, just got to go to Wholesaling Houses for Real, which is basically my free real estate wholesaling Facebook group. Let's see. How many people we got in there now? We got 117,000 people in the group. That's insane. So if you want to hop on, talk to me for free on these live streams, you got to be in the Facebook group. And once you're in the group, you're going to be right here. And it's an announcement. You click the StreamYard link. Boom. Once you're in the StreamYard link, you'll be able to click there and talk to me for free. So let's get it. First and foremost, we got Andrew on here. What's up, man?
Hey, Zach. How's it going?
I'm blessed, man. Every day above ground's an amazing day. How can I help you out?
I had one question. It wasn't related to this topic, but I've closed 6 wholesale deals so far. I just started in January.
Awesome.
And I've only been doing it like 1 to 2 days a week, so it's pretty cool. My top 2, well, really my only 2 marketing strategies have been the postcards, ROS postcards, and cold calling. Half of them have come from cold calling, half from the postcards. So I wanted to ask you, I've always had like an 11 to like 15 times return for the postcards. This month alone, I closed 2 deals, one $18,000, one $2,000 deal, and I spent like $1,200 on the postcards. So wow. I wanted to ask you, do you think I should ramp that up like to $3,000 to $4,000 to spend on the postcards?
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
That $1,200 you spent, how much in assignments did it give you?
It netted me 20. It netted me an $18,000 deal and a $2,000 deal.
What do you think I'm going to say? I would do that. Let's do this. You know what? I like your story. How about this? How about you DM me?
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a podcast, and then I'll make sure it's on a day that Rick's here, and I'll have Rick talk to you about it privately.
Okay, cool.
Because what I want to do is I want to see your list,
right?
And I want to see how I can improve it.
Okay.
And so if you do a podcast with me, I'll let you sit with Rick for like 5 minutes, and he'll just go over your list and help you out with it.
There we go.
How about that for free?
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Let me
You
DM
need
you on it. So the thing is, what you're probably doing right now in your direct mail, it's okay.
uh,
But I bet there's like 2 or 3 things if you just look it over with Rick, he could just shoot it up.
yeah.
You're probably screwing up on something. And that's not bad, FYI. You're probably screwing up some things that if you just switched it, it'd even go crazier.
Okay.
And so that's what we do in our direct mail all day. New markets and stuff like that. So yeah, I think you should definitely ramp it up.
Okay.
Like, come on, free money.
Yeah. Should I wait? Because I mean, I have the funds to do it right now. Should I wait or should I just do it right now?
I'd wait.
Okay.
Wait till you talk to Rick about it. Me and Rick.
Okay.
You've been through mailingmastery.com, right?
Yeah, I haven't taken. No, actually, I've taken the whole thing because that's kind of a smaller course. It's like there's a couple videos on there. I do the equity and
Yeah.
I followed everything. I followed pretty much everything.
Let's do the podcast. I want to see your entire process of it so people on here can know. One thing I do is just send me over the HUDs on email.
Yeah.
And once I can verify you're legit, we can go look at it. We can help you out, make even more on it.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
Anytime I've spent money on direct mail, I've always had like a 12 to 15 times return. The first time I did it, I'm actually on one of your videos. I spent like $400 and made 17 grand on the postcard, which was yeah. So
I think I have mailing mastery, man. It works.
That changed my life forever. I haven't turned back yet. It's crazy.
All right, let's do a podcast.
I'll send you a DM and get on to the next question. Thank you so much.
Keep it up, man. Boom. Awesome. All right, next we got Rashad. Yo. All right. Peter, what's up, man? Oh.
How we doing, Zach?
I'm blessed, man. How can I help you out?
Hey, so I have 2 different title companies that I'm trying to figure out which one to go with. What's a deciding factor for you when you're vetting them?
Oh,
I know you have videos and stuff, but it's like the fees that I'm like trying to figure out. Like,
it's not the fee because you're not really paying for it. The really specific difference, honestly, is have you closed any wholesaling deals with these, or are you just deciding on a new market?
I'm just deciding, so I have one ready for when I get a deal.
Ask them how many wholesaling transactions they did last year.
Okay.
If one did 50 and one did 4, you know which one to do.
Yeah, that's fair. I had one's very commercialized, so that's because they do both North and South Carolina. And just from talking to him, it sounded very corporate. The other one, she sounded more personal, and when I posted in a group just seeing who people use, I had multiple people say she's the best. So I
would lean to that one. Also, I want to see what their opinions of double closings are going to be.
I asked them all those questions when I've already talked to them.
Double closing in escrow?
Yep, they're like double closings are fine.
No, double closing in escrow.
Oh, no, I did not ask that, actually.
So that's basically, I think you know what that is. That's basically when you can use the cash buyer's funds for the double closing. You don't even have to use funding for it.
Okay.
That's my favorite. Now, it's not a deal breaker, but it's nice.
Okay. All right. I'll call her back.
Also, man, I think you're Flip Their Plus. You can just message me, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just renewed my subscription to you guys.
You can just message me whenever you want, man. Just text me. You know how to do that, right?
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I haven't really used all the essentials in that recently, so I need to get back on it.
Message me. All right,
I got it.
Appreciate
Thank you.
All right, we got Candy. Hello, Candy. People drive me crazy. Nina, how are you?
Hey, good. Can you hear me?
Well, I'm clear. How can I help you out?
Awesome. Well, actually, just what you were saying in the thing, I actually used it while I was texting this person. I'm like, hey, I am not giving it some final offer without seeing that property first. So we'll see what they say. And then an offer I had given, the person seemed for a different one. They seemed like super shocked and like almost offended, like, hey, I think I can get this amount and you're saying you're going to offer this amount. And, so then I was talking about the benefits of like, hey, with a realtor, you're going to pay, agent fees, closing costs, all that, and then you still have to go through all the open houses. So he kind of cut that call short, but he's gonna think about it.
You can't win them all.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you have to accept. Either they accept your
Yeah.
offer or don't. You can say
Yeah.
some things that might help, but it's not going to guarantee it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm
So
just
other than
telling you-
that, I found this last hour pretty helpful like that. Like in terms of confidence level and feeling like, hey, it's totally cool to go this way because, either they're serious or they're not,
yeah, and they'll do some role plays for you, and then hear you actually do it, and you get better and better and better at it. And just make
Yeah, I
more
want to
money.
do the role plays in that when we have that meeting next week will be cool.
Yeah,
Looking
and
forward to
gonna be-
that.
Oh yeah, we're doing that. So FYI, everyone watching this, we're gonna do a lot of acquisitions role plays, and it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna have it recorded so everyone can go watch it live. So FYI, if anyone's coming to the event, make sure you practice. You don't want to look bad on the video. But the point is, I always like to hit people hard when they do that, is because if I hit you hard and you mess up, you messed up in front of Zach. You didn't lose the deal, right? You don't want to mess up in front of the seller. And the reason why I'm so cool, calm, and collective is not because I'm like this gangster type guy. I've been through so much. It like doesn't faze me anymore. And it's better to do that, on a practice than actually in real life. And so that's kind of the point here.
Yeah, my offer was a real low ball offer. So I like that point you were saying, I meet in the middle. So if the guy does call me back, I'm just going to jump to, hey, why don't we just meet in the middle on this? Because I know it's still a pretty reasonable offer on my end. So,
Of course.
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, keep it up. If you got any questions, you know how to message me.
Mhm.
All right. Perfect. And then here we got Junior.
Yo,
What's up, man?
what's up? What's up? All right, so I have a quick question. If I have a seller, he's looking to sell. He said he's not in a hurry or anything, but he's looking to sell. He wants to tear down like the actual house on the property, but there's a barn and a garage on it, and like it's a bigger garage that can hold like a lot of stuff. So what if I want to comp that? Should I just comp like the land sold around the area and then just add like what I think the price would be for the barn and the the garage?
So is it going to be torn down, that barn?
No, not the barn. He wants to tear down like the house on the property because it was fire damaged. So he wants to just take down the house. So I'm wondering, should I comp like land in the area and then just put the price of a barn and like a garage on it?
Just the land. Just do land and have the seller think you only care about the land and that's what you pay for it.
Mhm.
But guess what happens when you sell the deal?
You have the price of the.
It's got a barn,
Right.
So you want to buy low, sell high, right?
All right.
And so when we're talking to the seller, this thing's only worth the land. When I'm talking to a buyer, this thing has a barn, you know what to do. You're smart.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. And so just comp it based on the land, and don't play around anything crazy about it. And just that's where you're at. Not many people are looking to buy just barns that you can't live in. So I think it's gonna be a crazy high price.
Okay. That was my only question.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Boom. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if you are not going out here and actually practicing your stuff, and what I mean by practicing your stuff, I mean, actually, what I just told you. Like, the video I just did. And so what I want everyone to do before we head off here is just let's do a little practice, okay? Pause this video if you're watching a replay of it or, when this video is over, and just I'm going to pretend to be a seller, okay? I'm going to pretend to be a seller, and I want you to actually answer this. Okay, we're going to do this. Pause it. I'm going to say it. You're going to answer back at me, and I'm going to see how good you are. All right, there's a little practice, okay, for everyone watching this, right? Number one. All right, we're going to do number one, okay? Your offer is way too low. I could never accept that. Pause it. What are you going to say? Right? Let's do the next one, I need a proof of funds. What's your proof of funds? Give it to me. Hey, give me an offer right now. What's your offer? Hey, no, stop. What's your offer? I need to know. I'm not wasting my time right now. What's your offer? Pause. Tell me, what is it? Like, live. Tell me what it is, right? Like, I'm trying to put everyone on the spot. Other wholesaler, John, he offered me a lot more. What are you going to say? Hey, what's the process of this? You're saying you're looking to buy houses. Are you a realtor? Like, I don't understand. What's this process like? Explain it, right? Hey, I need my attorney to look everything over. What are you going to say, right? Like, tell me what it's going to be, right? I'll think about it, or maybe pause it. What are you going to say here? And then, hey, you have a North Carolina area code? What? Why can't you just go see me at the house? I don't think I mentioned it. If you have like a Florida area code and you're buying a house in North Carolina, just say, hey, my partner is in North Carolina, right? That's how we do it. And then boom, practice your offer with me. Give me your good cop, bad cop. I want to hear what it is. I want to hear what your offer price first method. I want to hear if you're virtually wholesaling, what you're going to do, right? Practice this, guys, and you'll actually end up doing very well. Guys, if you practice it, you'll learn what to do, and you just slowly get better time over time. You'll actually end up making money. So guys, go to freewholesaling.com. If you get value from this video, if you really like the stuff we're doing, make sure you go to freewholesaling.com, my free wholesaling course, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.